When he first joined the professional club, Ronaldinho wore the Nike Mercurial 1. While defending Brazil, Ronaldinho still wore the Nike Mercurial 1. In 1999, Ronaldinho wore Nike Team Pro Premier shoes to defend the club. In 2001, Ronaldinho wore the Nike Mercurial 2. 2001 at the PSG club, Ronaldinho wore Nike Air Zoom Mercurial boots. Also in 2001, Ronaldinho wore a different type of Nike Air Zoom Mercurial shoes. And in the Brazilian national team in 2002, Ronaldinho wore the Nike Mercurial Vapor 1. In the same year, Ronaldinho also wore the Nike Mercurial Vapor 1 in a different color. In 2003, while playing for the Brazilian national team, Ronaldinho wore the Nike Air Zoom Total 90.2. In 2003, when playing for Barcelona, Ronaldinho wore the Nike Mercurial Vapor 1. While at Barcelona, Ronaldinho often wore the Nike Air Zoom Total 90.2. And in the same year, when he was away, Ronaldinho also wore the same type of Nike. In 2000, for Ronaldinho also wore Nike brand shoes, namely Air Zoom Total 90.3. And many colors in type Air Zoom Total 90.3. Ronaldinho wore gold with a combination of white. In 2005, Ronaldinho wore new shoes, namely the Nike Air Legend. In 2005, Ronaldinho also had a black Nike Air Legend. In 2005, during a training session, Ronaldinho wore white and gold Nike Air Legend shoes. In 2005, during the match, Ronaldinho wore Air Legend, silver, and black. In 2006, Ronaldinho wore the white gold edition of the Nike Air Legend shoes. In 2006, Ronaldinho wore the dominant colors of gold and white shoes. In 2006, Ronaldinho wore the latest Nike Team Pro R10 shoes. In 2007, Ronaldinho wore white shoes with a combination of black. In 2007, Ronaldinho also wore a red Nike Teampo R10. In 2007, Ronaldinho also wore the Nike Teampo R10 in black and gold. And in 2008, Ronaldinho also wore the Nike Teampo R10 in a different color, namely blue and black. In 2008, Ronaldinho wore the Nike Teampo 10 R in white and black. In 2008, Ronaldinho wore the same Nike with different colors, namely full black with a combination of white stripes. In 2009, Nike released new shoes that Ronaldinho immediately wore, which were yellow. In 2009, Ronaldinho wore white shoes, namely the Nike Teampo. Ronaldinho was also seen wearing a gold Nike Teampo 10R. In 2010, Ronaldinho wore cool white shoes, namely the Nike Teampo Legend 3. Ronaldinho has many colors of shoes, one of which is white with red markings. In 2011, Ronaldinho had the opportunity to wear the newest shoes from the Nike Teampo Legend 3. Red is one of Ronaldinho's favorite colors. In 2012, Ronaldinho wore the latest Nike Teampo Legend for shoes. White and green is also one of Ronaldinho's shoes.
Final gates to open to a new tomorrow.
2012, Ronaldinho wore white shoes with black. In 2013, Ronaldinho wore the latest shoes from the Nike Teampo Legend 4. There are several colors worn by Ronaldinho, one of which is red and white. Ronaldinho also has a white collection with a combination of black and green. In 2013, Nike also released a new edition, namely the Nike Teampo Legend 5. In 2013, during a charity match, Ronaldinho wore the Nike Teampo Legend 4. In 2014, Ronaldinho wore the newest Nike, namely the Nike Team Pro Legend 5.
Following the light that sets me.
In the same year, Ronaldinho wore the Nike Team Pro Legend 5 in bright green and orange. In 2014, Ronaldinho also wore a different color during the match, namely blue and orange. In 2015, Ronaldinho wore the latest Nike Team Pro Legend 5. Black and green is one of Ronaldinho's favorite colors in 2015. Yellow-orange is also the color of the shoes worn by Ronaldinho in 2015. In friendly matches, Ronaldinho wears bright green. In 2015, during a charity match, Ronaldinho wore bright black Nike Team Pro Legend 5 shoes. In this charity match, Ronaldinho played the game wearing silver shoes combined with black.
Stranded in the open, dried out tears of sorrow, lacking all emotion.
In 2016, Ronaldinho wore classic black shoes from Nike.
Waiting for the final gates to open to a new tomorrow. Moving with the
On his charity tour agenda, Ronaldinho wore silver, green, and orange Nike shoes. In 2016, Ronaldinho wore bright green shoes. In 2016, Nike released a new product, namely the Nike Team Pro Legend 6, which was directly worn by Ronaldinho.
final gates to open to a
2017, Ronaldinho returned to Barcelona headquarters and wore yellow shoes from Nike. In the 2017 charity match, Ronaldinho wore Nike Team Pro Legend 6 shoes in white and black. In 2017, Ronaldinho wore new Nike Team Pro Legend 7 shoes in black and orange. In 2018, Ronaldinho wore black shoes with orange soles.